up at the land on the hill, which was carved in 1868 by Captain Henry Wilkinson. So I'm in the parish of St. George at the moment, which is my father's birth parish. For those of you who don't know who my father is, Satchmore that sings or that used to sing years ago with the Sand Pebbles group. He is my father and he is from St. George. Down the hill now, we'll be leading you back to St. George Parish Church via Tate Hill, Workman's, and back down to Charles Road Bridge and back down to Bridgetown, Charles Road Bridge, and St. George Parish Church. St. George Parish Church and then Charles Road Bridge. Dead bottom. Before the last part of St. George, before heading into St. Michael, where you'll find the Chafet restaurant, the Kentucky, the Chafet restaurant, the Bridge supermarket, the discount hardware, and the petrol station, all at Charles Road Bridge, St. George. So this is the land on top of the hill here. Looking back up the road now, we'll be leading back to Newberry. So again, St. George is my father's birth parish. For those of you who don't know who my father is, Satchmore that sings or that used to sing years ago with the Sand Pebbles group. He is my dad and he is from St. George. Was also a famous songwriter, writing songs for Wendy Allen, Carolyn Leacock, Cheryl Hackett. He is from St. George in a place called Ellerton. So I have a bit of St. George in me, St. George, and I also have St. Thomas and St. Joseph, yeah, in me as well. Because my mother is from St. Joseph in a place called Branchbury. My mother is the nearest from Branchbury, St. Joseph. My mother, one of my aunts, and two uncles are Mearses from Branchbury, St. Joseph. And my first two aunts, which are my mother's first two sisters, are from St. Thomas in the place called Vault Road, between the Vault Road and Carrington's Village. My great aunt, the only great aunt I have living, all in from Carrington's Village, St. Thomas, which is just behind the Ashman Hall Village. There are Levines from St. Thomas. So, yes guys, this is the land on top of the hill here, which was carved by Captain Henry Wilkinson, who was an officer at Gun Hill Signal Station. The statue depicts the lion resting his paw on a big red round ball supporting to be a globe, symbolizing the ending of British colonialism. The red ball represents the globe and the lion represents Britain, symbolizing that Britain wants to rule the whole world, including Central America, United States, United Kingdom, the Caribbean, Central America, Canada, and Africa. Yeah. So the land is on top of the hill here. Back in the early 1990s, the Rastafarian community got together and painted this land in the Rastafarian colors, red, gold, and green. But the next day, all efforts were put in place and the land was repainted back into its usual white color with the red round ball. The Rastafarians got together and painted this land in the ice gold and green color back in the 90s. The early 90s. So St. George as well as St. Thomas are the two landlocked parishes in Barbados, best referred to as the heart of Barbados or the central uplands of Barbados. Yeah, so they have no sea nor coastline in these two parishes, St. Thomas nor St. George. So looking back up towards Dunhill now, Lion, Newberry side. Newberry is up this way. So Newberry, St. George is the next settlement from here. Okay guys, we must be here. So I will close off this video. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.